Hey everyone, I'm Ultima456, you're the Ultimates, and welcome to episode 116 of Let's Platinum Elden Ring. Okay, so now we're in this large room, and what we're going to do is talk to Banal. Let's see what he says.
Look at you. A recusant through and through. I knew you had it in you. Take this.
Okay, now we have to do Banal's work. No, we get let it to Banal. Let's see what he has to say.
A special invitation to hunt some of the first tarnished who sat at the round table hold. If you should accept, I'll next see you on the field of battle.
Okay, so he wants to do kind of like a joint mission. Let's have a look. So, letter to Banal. A written request from Volcano Manor addressed to Banal, disclosing the names of two tarnished to be hunted. Vargrim, the Raging Wolf, and errant sorcerer Willem. Yes, I finally now I know where I had heard that name before. Both men can be found in the royal capital of Leyndell. Find the red mark on your map for the exact location. So, if you remember, a few episodes ago, we actually picked up the errant set. So let's have a quick look at that. It was right... It was one of these... Maybe it didn't have a headpiece? No, it didn't have a headpiece because I think it was this Herodotus, or Herodotus, whatever his name is. Errant. Okay, here, errant sorcerer robe. A silent seeker of sorcery who had gone so far as to make contact with the primeval current. Willem was led by guidance into confrontation with his friend Vargrim, and it is said that he was then taken prisoner in Round Table Hold. Okay, so there we go. Willem and Vargrim talked about on the set there. And we also find that we're going to fight both of them. But that's interesting because it said something about them being friends. But then, what is it? Led by guidance into confrontation with his friend. So they're friends in terms of the letter and what we're going to do. But then here they were confronting each other. Interesting. Well, it does say confrontation with his friend, right? I think that's what it said there. Yeah, with his friend. Okay, yeah, checks out. Story checks out. I haven't actually done that part on my practice, so I am not sure. I've been leaving it because I will eventually do that. We haven't gone to Leyndell yet, so that's why I haven't done that yet. But yeah, we'll hold on to that and probably do that later. Next, let's speak with Tanith finally, so she can give us our reward. Let's see.
I see you've performed another task for us. Here is your usual reward. Please, take it.
This isn't my usual reward. You just give me random things. This time we got the Serpent Bone Blade.
Now, perhaps the time has come to tell you of the true ruler of this manor, Lord Rykard. The Erd Tree blessed the Tarnished with grace, but it was all too meager in the face of the enormity of their task. The Tarnished were forced to scavenge, squabbling for crumbs, like the Shard-bearers vying for power in the wake of the Shattering. Our Lord, indignant, has refused to scurry about, fighting over what miserly scraps they allow us. If the Erd Tree, and indeed the very gods, would debase us so, then we are willing to raise the banner of resistance, even if it means heresy. We at the Volcano Manor, under Lord Rykard, have sworn no rest until it is done. If you follow this heroic path, one day the Lord will see you. The Lord's visits with our champions are always a spectacle. It cannot come a day too soon.
Okay, and we can also talk to her now about Zariah's form. So I think what she was saying there is basically, you know, she's heard what the Two Fingers have to say, and she's not happy with how, like, they control the world and how they want everyone to live. So she's decided to create the Volcano Manor with Rykard, or at least Rykard did, or something like that, and they want a better world for themselves, so they're doing things their way. After that, we can talk to her about Zariah's form.
Did you see her? The girl, Raya, with her true face? Well, if she confided in you the name Zarias, then perhaps it is not my place to speak. But as her adoptive mother, I ask of you, please be kind to her. Look after young Zarias. Her true visage belies the purity of her heart. Honestly, I hardly deserve the sweet child.
Anything else?
Please, her true...
Okay, yeah, so she's saying, look, Raya may look scary, but it's her form doesn't really say everything about who she is. She's a wonderful person. And she definitely seems that way, doesn't she? Alright, let's rest at the Grace Point now. And we're going to find Raya or Zarias again. Let's see if we can find her. I think she's still here. Yes, okay, but she's changed back into Raya. Let's see what she has to say now.
Oh, it's you. Forgive me. My mind never ceases to churn of late. Well, I know I can trust you. I saw something slithering in the pitch black of night. It entered the room next to this one and never came out. If I'm not mistaken, it took the form of a serpent, just like me. Does the Volcano Manor hide some secret that Lady Tanith has kept from me? I realize that I shouldn't impose, but if you discover anything, would you please share? The serpent that it entered the wraps, and if you discover...
So, she's saying that there might be a secret to the Volcano Manor. A serpent entered this room and didn't come out. And there is actually a secret, and I'll show you. If we roll into this wall, we find a secret passage. I am not going to take the secret passage just yet. That is essentially continuing this area. So we're not going to do that. Diallos has returned, however. Let's see what he says. Just bear with me a sec to make sure. Okay, yep. Let's talk to him.
Ah, it's you, is it? I'm terribly sorry. But would you mind giving me some time to myself? I haven't achieved anything at all thus far. Even though I've dirtied my hands time and time again, I'm still yet to achieve anything. Perhaps I am a fool after all. No, it's worse than that. As things stand, I've given up on the path of revenge and sullied the name of my house. What an easy mark I must have been. How did it take me so long to realize, honestly? There's just no end to my foolishness, is there? Perhaps I am a fool. No, what an easy mark.
Okay. I'll talk about that in just a sec. Here, we can pick up another letter. I'm not going to just yet. I think I will grab it later. The reason it's here now is because we talked to Tanith and completed the previous tarnished quest, and she gave us the serpent bone blade, which we didn't look at actually. Here it is. It's an Uchi katana. Sinister katana modeled after a serpent bone. The densely packed row of spines that jut away from the cutting edge are coated in a lethal poison. Actually, this one looks a bit more like Kenpachi's. Not so much like the hilt and the handle, but the teeth, and because it's the katana, is exactly the same. Actually, the other one was more. His one is destroyed, so it's not exactly the same. But anyway, it's there. Let's go do Patches' thing. So Patches' thing is here. Go to Magma Worm Makar to start that. So yeah, Diallos is experiencing. Actually, like Diallos' quest is so relatable. It's like he's kind of been thrust. He's had like greatness thrust upon him, but he's been unable to achieve that greatness. He never thinks he's good enough, and he can't get revenge for Lanya. He can't do anything. He keeps screwing up, and it sucks. Why? Wait a second. Oh no, I think I lost. Watch out for Tragoth, because he can actually be quite tough. I think you lose your rune arc if you go into if you invade a person's world. Because I'm pretty sure I didn't die, right? Ah, damn. Gonna try and drink. I cannot believe I got a bleed there. Oh no. Gotcha. Phew, boy, that was close. Yeah, I think I lost my rune arc. Oh man, I didn't know that. Oh well, I got another one. Strange. Alright, there's Tragoth. Yeah, he's pretty strong. He wears some of the heaviest, if not the heaviest armor in the game. bullgoat helm, bullgoat armor, bullgoat gauntlets, and bullgoat greaves, and I'll show you that. Did it say? It doesn't say how. Yeah, I think the way that it's laid out, the armor is like from lightest to heaviest, and yeah, this stuff at the bottom is ridiculous. This piece alone weighs 11.3. What's his chest piece like? 26.5, which is 10 more than this Banished. It's insane. It's very protective. Actually, not that much, really. Not that much difference. But yeah. Great Horned Tragoth's armor covers its wearer with a pair of giant horns, providing staunch poise. And yeah, you can definitely... The poise is where it's at. Like, look at this Banished. It has 48 on the right. It raises mine from 44 to 48. This takes it all the way to 70. So you're probably not going to be getting knocked down too easily if you're wearing this. Tragoth is a famed knight of assistance. Countless Tarnished, facing adversity in the lands between, have survived thanks only to the Great Horned One's aid. Anything else? No. No, maybe the headpiece. No. Okay, cool. We're done with... Oh, okay. No, I still have it. I still have it. I still have the rune arc. I'm not allowed to have the rune arc in the... when I invade the world. Okay, that makes sense. Thank goodness. I was like, what a waste. Okay, now that we've done that, we're going to go back to the Volcano Manor here, and we're going to talk to Patches. Patches, we did your job for you.
Hello again. Welcome to Patches Emporium.
And let me just make sure. Yep, tell Patches that the request is done.
You hunted down Tragoth? Are you certain? No, it's quite all right. Fine work indeed. I'll give Tanith the news. Have some rest, by all means.
Okay, now don't worry, we will get a reward.
Stingy little beggar. Try to find it in your heart next time, eh?
I hate you so much, Patches. We will get a reward, but let's ignore that for just a sec. Instead, we want to go talk to Diallos again. So let's go in here. Diallos is still here.
It's just as my noble brother says. I'm a complete fool. I can't believe I thought I could become a champion. Perhaps I am a fool after all. No, it's what an easy...
Okay, I think that's it.
Perhaps I know.
Yeah, it says the same thing. Alright, that's fine. Now, let me just make sure. Yes, okay, now we'll go back to Tanith. Don't worry about Banal, he doesn't say anything new. And is Raya? No, she's still there. Okay, it doesn't matter. I didn't write down anything about them, so I'm assuming talking to Tanith here is fine. Let's speak to her.
If you follow this heroic path, one day the Lord will see you. It cannot come a day too soon.
Okay, and now we can talk to her about Zarias' troubles.
She said that to you. I should have known something was wrong. The signs were clear enough. Well, Zarias has placed her trust in you. All the more reason I must tell you that some things are better left unknown. Besides, no one should be blamed for their heritage. Think about it. We are resisting the ways of the Erd Tree itself. What matters one's lineage in such a crisis? Zarias has placed her trust that some things...
Okay, cool. So we've continued that part of the quest. Let's rest here at the Grace Point again. And now we're going to go over to Patches so we can collect our reward.
Hello again.
And what about my reward?
Sharper than you seem, aren't you? I was just holding on to it for you, you know. Here you go. The reward for hunting Tragoth. All yours.
We get the Magma Whip Candlestick. This is actually kind of cool. He didn't sell anything new. Alright, Magma Whip Candlestick. I'm gonna show that off a little bit because look, that guy's back again. Let me just quickly show something else off. You'll notice Diallos is now gone. So let's go try and find Diallos. This guy just says the same thing.
It is the run.
Yep, he says the same thing. I'm just gonna go over here. Rhea is still there, don't worry about it. Now, we're gonna go somewhere where you might not think. We're actually gonna head back to Jarburg. It's been a little while since we've been there. We're going to go back to Jarberg. The cool thing about the Magma Whip candlestick, the other day I was talking about someone doing a God of War cosplay, and or a Kratos cosplay, and the Magma Whip candlestick is what they were using. If you do this, it actually looks like the what's his bloody weapons? The Blades of Chaos. Like, it's very similar. And then you can do this, which I thought was really cool. So yeah, it's very similar to the Blades of Chaos, which is just so clever. So clever. Okay, now that we're here in Jarberg, let's talk to Jarban. We haven't talked to him for a little while, but let's have see what he has to say.
Oh, hello again, cuz. I'm happy you came back. I have good tidings for you, cuz. Have you noticed the rare flowers growing in this village? I asked the villagers if you could pick some of them, and they said you'd be very welcome.
Okay, so rare flowers.
Go on, cuz. You really should pick some of our flowers. Who knows? They might be of some use. Go on, who knows?
Now, I don't know technically if you have to pick the flowers. I assume you don't. I think you just have to rest at the grace point, but for the sake of trying to do it properly, I'm going to try and pick as many as I can. It's actually, like, this is a decent place to get a bunch of simple ingredients, because there really are quite a handful of flowers in this area. Trina's lily, at least. Okay, that's pretty good. Got a bunch. I'll go talk to him first, and then I'll rest of the grace. I'll talk to him first to see if it's actually... If it is coded this way, I assume they just coded it, as player picked 5 flowers. Okay, no. Yeah, I thought so. Okay, we'll go to the grace point and we'll rest. We have to talk to him quite a few times here to progress things a little further. I am running out of time though. Alright, anything else?
Oh, hello again. Say, cuz, have you met Uncle Alexander? He used to live here with us, but then he left to be a champion. I asked to go with him, but he said, the path of champions must be trod alone. So heroic, right? I miss him, though. If you see him, you should ask him to teach you how to fight, cuz. He's big and tough and strong. Uncle Alexander said he won't be back again. My home is of the past, and the past, as they say, is a different country. I suppose that's part of being a warrior, isn't it? So, please don't tell anyone, cuz. But I'm actually a warrior jar as well. One day, I'll be just like Uncle Alexander. Then I'll have to leave the village to become a champion. Uncle Alexander, my home, I suppose that's
okay. That's fine. So, yeah, Jarban talks about Alexander. We obviously have met him several times. Now, there should be something else that he says. Let's have a look.
Ah, hello again. Do you know what a poacher is, cuz? They hunt us, smash us, and then take us away. This village is kept secret. So, I think we're safe here. But you should be careful if you ever meet one of them, cuz I hope Uncle Alexander beats them all up first. Those awful poachers.
Okay. Keep going, keep going. Yeah, I think this is one of those areas where you're meant to come back like every so often and you get new dialogue if you do. I'm just kind of doing it all in one go because I think it's more efficient that way. So, anything else?
Oh, hello again, cuz. Have you heard? A new potentate's come to the village. I think he said his name was Diallos. He seems a little down in the dumps, but his hands, as smooth as silk.
And there's the foreshadowing.
I don't know. I'm a little disappointed, actually. Even though good Sir Diallos has a wonderful suit of armor, he says he isn't a warrior. And since he's a coward, he won't be fighting anymore. His smooth and silky hands feel nice when he pats us. But I wish we had a potentate big and strong like you. Diallos is smooth, but I wish we...
Didn't Jarban say we couldn't be the potentate because our hands weren't smooth and silky? Strange. Alright, so Diallos is actually just over here. He's on all fours.
Aren't you full of beans? No wonder you're covered in muck. Oh, my friend, it's been far too long. I have to say you caught me at a rather low point. But as you see, I've put all that behind me. Left the Volcano Manor, forging my own path now, making my own choices. Even a fool like me can look after some simple jars. Do you pity me? Well, don't. I feel like for the first time in my life, I'm on the straight and narrow. A fool I may be. Do you pity me?
Okay, yeah, so it seems like, you know, he is very pitiful right now, but he feels happy. He feels happier taking care of the jars than he did trying to be someone that he didn't want to be. So I'm pretty much out of time, but I'm just gonna continue this because I want to get to the point where I think we're at the point where everything's done.
Diallos is smooth, but I wish...
Okay, good. And now I'll just double check with Diallos. Hopefully he's still there and says the same thing. If so, then we're done.
A fool I may be.
Yep, okay, cool. So Diallos and Jarban now say the same thing. Where am I supposed to go next? I'm going to end, but... yes, I'm going back to the Volcano Manor. Diallos and Jarban say the same thing. And now, essentially, there's only one more part to that quest before we complete it, and we just have to wait. I don't know exactly how long. It feels like you have to wait about 30 minutes to an hour of in-game time to pass. It could be, there could definitely be some kind of other requirement, but eventually we will go back there and finish off his quest. Also, the magma whip candlestick is another whip weapon, and I forgot to read it. It says, this ritual implement is a three-pronged candlestick with solid flames formed of the magma of Mount Gelmir. When wielded as a weapon, the flames become supple whips of lava. And it comes with the unique skill Sea of Magma. Swing a molten whip overhead to temporarily cover the surrounding area in a sea of magma. Hold to continue swinging the lava whip. So there you go. Alright, we are done, and what's great about this is that we're pretty much all good to go. Next time we're going to head to, I think actually, yeah, I'm going to do a 1 hour episode for the next episode, and fingers crossed I can get everything done. I'll pick this item up as well. This is the red letter, and the red letter is very important because a written request from Volcano Manor disclosing the name of a tarnished to be hunted. As the final request, the letter is vivid red. Juno Hoslow, Knight of Blood. He can be found in the mountain tops of the Giants. Find the red mark on your map for the exact location. The mountain tops of the Giants are very far away. They're over here. I have not done this in my practice. I am going to, you know, obviously continue practicing and get to that point eventually so that we can do it. Pretty much done. I'm just going to speak to her one last time.
The serpent that it entered,
okay,
perhaps,
cool.
If you discover...
So yeah, I'll just quickly, before we finish, I'll just go over everything. So we're completely done with Volcano Manor up to this point in terms of... Was that might have been the enemy. I'm going to actually stay right here. We're completely done with Volcano Manor up to this point. Diallos is where he's supposed to be, Recusant Banal is where he's supposed to be, Rhea is where she's supposed to be, Tanith is where she's supposed to be, and Patches is where he's supposed to be. Everything's all good to go. Next time we'll head into... yeah, the enemy's there. Next time we'll head through that secret gap, and we'll start working on Volcano Manor, which essentially is this portion right here. And I got to remember to go to this one as well to finish that off. Okay, so I want to thank you all for watching episode 116 of Let's Platinum Elden Ring. My name's Ultima456, you're the Ultimates, and I'll see you next time.